Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Skies of Arcadia Revisited. I'm Nye, and we are playing Vyse, who just spent his first night alone on the deserted island. As you might see by reading. Reading is a skill that we have. He wakes up to some fresh, clean air and a warm sun. There's no pollution here because it's a deserted isle, and pollution can't happen in a place where there's no people, apparently. So it's a good sleep in the cave there. He's really hungry, and if Gonzalez survived long enough to settle onto that cave, there's got to be food on this island, and it's time to go hunting. Apparently Gonzalez did not exactly survive for very long, but, you know, Vyse is kind of ignoring that. So there's this cairn over there. Really quick, we need to turn around and go into here, because this is another of the chests that I missed in the last playthrough. I completely failed to walk in here and grab this chest, which contains 1,827 gold. So that's that. That was a weird glitch. And that's something I never actually showed off. Skies of Arcadia actually, any comments about the bed? Skies of Arcadia actually does, it's a diary. If we read it, it'll comment that it's been 20 years since he landed here. No ships passed by, and he has no means to build his own. Living as a sailor, he knew that there was a possibility this could happen one day, but his only regret is that he could not fulfill his promise. He was here for 20 years. That's a very long time. Hopefully, we won't be playing this game that long. But yeah, we forgot to get that chest last time, and it is a chest that you can miss. So what we need to do is we need to go and run through this forest, and there will eventually be a random encounter with something called a gruel. Right about now. Just amazing timing, I tell you. So this is a gruel. It's a weird, flappy fish. I'm not sure what's wrong with it. They have very low HP, and they don't exactly do a lot of damage. Unfortunately, you have to fight a lot of them at once most of the time, and it just takes forever. And unfortunately, you're never going to get enough SP to actually use Rain of Swords. You just have to kill them each with melee attacks. We might be able to. There's great poor meat. So these are great poors, not gruels. Great poors. But this meat looks pretty tasty. He'll look for some more. Okay, well, let's go look for it. But, yeah, so we're just gonna go, we just gotta go run around for random encounters. I forget how much we have to get. Something like 20 of these things. So let's just look around. Do. Come on, give me the random encounters. There we go. Oh, would you look at that? That's a lot easier than meleeing. You know, I've never actually used that strategy because I don't like using the magic at all in this game. So I think we have to get something like 20 great poor meat, and I've only gotten like 6. This is going to take a little bit of a while. But we'll continue exploring. Gonna make our way around. Look, I'm cooking the meat and getting it. Here's our Carnigan Gonzalez. He's commenting this is a simple grave, but hopefully he can rest in peace. I hope too, because if I have to fight that asshole, I'm going to have a lot of trouble. There will be no zombies in my game. Except we've already had several. But shut up! I don't want them. Those things are creepy. And instead, we're going to continue to run around this forest. These are some really weird-looking trees. Wonderful. I don't know what the hell is with these psychic fish. Look at these really weird trees. There's this one. It doesn't look so much as like a tree as it is a trunk that has mistletoe growing off of it. And then there's this other one over here. Where is it? This one. It's a stump with leaves attached. These aren't trees. These are the remnants of trees after a lumberjack came around. And did you look over here? I mean, I don't know how long ago Gonzalez died, but look at all these trees that are chopped cleanly through. I don't know how the hell long Gonzalez was here, but he chopped down a lot of trees, and then hollowed them out for no particular reason, and just kind of left them here. He said he has no way of making his own lifeboat, which is understandable, because he has to not only make something that floats, but he has to make it fly, too. All these freaking fish running away. It's a major issue. I only get 1 great boar meat per great boar I kill, and they all run away. Much better. And there's our cutscene signifying that we have gotten enough food, which is great. I don't have to do that little mini-game any longer. The whole shipwreck thing it's all like little mini-games. You know, find this, do that. So apparently those things taste pretty good. He should have enough food to last him for a while, and if not, there are plenty of those weird cancer fish on this island. It's gotta wonder if it's anywhere near the trade routes. The ship has got to pass by here sooner or later, but it was 20 years since Gonzalez shipwrecked, and he couldn't find anything. So, yeah. So he needs to make a signal fire. And apparently he's going to spend his second day gathering food. Well, we just did that. Luckily for him, that the island is inhabited by animals. And start his third day with a big breakfast. And it's time to get to work. Hope he doesn't get tired of those cancer fish anytime soon. So, yeah. We need to make a signal fire. Really important because, you know, in a place like Skies of Arcadia, even with the 3,000-mile-an-hour winds this place apparently gets... But, you know, smoke could be seen from a long ways away because there's nothing in the way. And on a clear day, you know, so goes to the highest point of the island he can reach, clear away an area for signal fire, and all he has to do is light it, and a passing ship could possibly see it. But in order to light a fire, we need something to put on the fire. He's been stranded on this island for 3 days. He had a dream about Aka, Fina, and even Drachma. On the 4th day... Hey, look, there's something shiny up there. This place isn't so bad. And it's time to gather some firewood. That's pretty easy, right? And the game is pretty tutorializing right here. It says this is what firewood looks like, right there. 2 sticks right next to each other that could easily be used for pirate peg legs. And one of them could be used as a tonfa. You should look for more sticks like these. In fact, that looks like one of Vyse's swords and the other and his tonfa. I mean, it really does. It looks like that was the basic model for this. I don't know if the developers were getting lazy or if this just so happened to happen. So there's one, and we're just gonna search around. I forget how many we have to get, but there's a number of them throughout the area. You have to just find all of them. So we're gonna go searching. I can't remember where all of them are. I never can. Like, I always, in this part of the game, I always forget where all of these are. So it takes me a little while to search around. Here's our signal fire. But yeah, on a clear day, you know, there's nothing in the way. There might be mist, and since it's Nasrad, there might be sand in the air. But there's not a lot of, like, islands in the way, things like that. So that smoke signal could be seen for just freaking miles and miles and miles. Leagues and leagues and leagues. Okay, so we just need to find one more. Where's the last one? There it is. So that's all of the sticks we need to build a decent-sized fire. And he's got enough firewood to last for a while. And it's apparently going to rain, so he needs to, you know, call it quits and hide. That was his entire 4th day, just right there. He's really starting to miss sailing. He's just going to have to think this is some sort of vacation and deal with it. You don't usually deal with vacations. You're happy for vacations. It is a good thing. So it's raining. Notice how torn up the raft is. He's got, like, the start of a signal fire set up. He's not going to get much done. Doesn't want to sit around all day, though, so he's got to do something. Perhaps he can fix the lifeboat. Maybe that's a thing he can do. That would certainly, you know, take up his time and stop him from just doing things. Spent most of his day resting. On his 5th night, he's going to try to fix the lifeboat the next day. And that sounds like a great idea. So he needs to get another good night's rest, and he did that. Feels good, taking a break from fighting monsters. I'm glad that he actually addresses the fact, because in many RPGs, they never comment on the fact they're fighting monsters all the time. The island's been deserted for a while. There could be some moonstones around. Now think of, and immediately he just walks in some random direction, and lo and behold, finds himself a moonstone. Camera continues to pan down, and there's one right there. Now, how often do stones fall from these moons, and how many stones do they have to begin with? Are these just asteroids that sling by the moons and become infused with the moon's power, or is this actual pieces of the moon? And you gotta ask yourself, what dislodges these things in the first place? And second, remember, this world is mostly sky. Like, there's not exactly a lot of land mass to this world. So you'd be lucky to find one moonstone, right? unless the island was, like, not occupied for, you know, multiple centuries, which is a very big possibility. You know, it could be several thousand years, and I kind of get that. But think of just the odds of finding just so many moonstones. I don't know, it's... Okay, he comments that he must be in the land of the red moon because he's finding so many red moonstones, which makes complete and total sense. You gotta find one more... Where is this one? Is this the one that's up here? Is that which one this is? Yeah, it is. But, you know, just think of the odds there. The odds of actually finding enough moonstones on this island to do what you want. They've been processed. They may not give off much power, but it should be enough to power the lifeboat. He might finally be able to make it off this island soon. And that's amazing. He's going to make it off all by himself. He starts working on the boat. The island is full of trees, so we won't have to worry about running out of materials. He might have to use his moonstone swords to cut them down, though. Eating the food that he had saved up, spent the next few days hard at work on the boat, and after 1 full week has passed. After 1 full week has passed, we had another cutscene. I mean, a full week since his original, like, castaway date. So he's working on this lifeboat, trying to get this thing ready to go, which is awesome. Remember how beat up this thing was, you know, when we last saw it? Mm-hmm. Wait until you see how it looks now. It's still beat up as hell, because Vyse is not going to just magically make this thing perfect. So he spends most of the day working on it. Because, hey, it's going to get him off of here. And that's what's important. Come on. Let's go. Man, that thing looks really good. Apparently he had the tools to rebend the metal back to where it was. Fix all the holes so you can't even see them. This thing looks amazing. And there's no room for monsters on this boat, so you can just fly through the air and never have a monster fight because there's no room for the damn things. And there's his red moonstone. You'd think it would burn his hand. Remember, the red moonstones are the power of heat and hot and burning. But apparently he can just hold on to them. And this thing's floating in the water. That's fantastic, because that's what it's supposed to do, right? It's a boat. Floats in the water. You can tootle around your little lake here. That's fantastic. Wait. And now it lifts off. So now it's a flying boat. Rise, my minion. Rise! Apparently that'll do it. He's finally going to be able to get off this island tomorrow. Man, he worked hard. After 1 week, he's finally ready to leave. He packages all of his stuff up, and we're just going to fly all the way to Nasrad and meet up with Aka and Fina in this little tiny boat. It's going to take a while, but, you know, we'll get there eventually. We're all ready to leave, and Vyse looks up, and all of a sudden, we've spent a week and 1 day on this freaking place, and now is when a ship shows up. He's about... See, why couldn't it come a little earlier? He wouldn't have spent all that time working on the boat. Yeah, on the final day. He's like 2 minutes from liftoff. Why doesn't he just get in the boat? Why doesn't he just get in the life raft and chase this thing down? Why does he make the time to run up and check the signal fire? I don't get it. This looks like a black pirate. I see a black pirate flag. Oh dear God, they're gonna shoot at him! No. It's a signal flare. They see him. Now this is when Vyse tells us that it's a signal flare and they see him. They saw him! He's finally getting off this rock. So yeah, all that work I just did, that whole minigame section that they could have just like said, hey, I did this, hey, I did that, completely and utterly worthless. So now we're going to meet basically the coolest character in the game. That parrot. No. It's Gilder! Hi, Gilder! Not again, Lola. Let me sleep a little longer. And it's okay. It's like, you know, this doesn't even surprise this guy anymore. He's like, ugh, Captain, you need to wake up. Like, he's not even surprised anymore by the fact that the captain's asleep in the middle of the day. Just like, you know, he's wearing sunglasses inside. He's picked up a boy stranded on a desert island since he's been there for 2 weeks. It's only been like a week and a day. Judging by the way he's dressed, he's probably an air pirate. Looks like he's about 17. He's pretty much still just a baby. Notice the picture in the background. Gilder has a... Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Thank you. That is the best, you know... That's the best parrot. Best parrot ever. Gilder comments he's a lucky kid. He was only stranded for 2 weeks. Look at the gun in the background with the kukri. But if it was him and he was stuck on an island without any women for 2 weeks, he's not sure he would have made it. Well, now we know what type of character Gilder is. That one sentence explains everything, you know? So let's go see who it is. This guy even has black sails. He is classy. So you're the guy that was stranded. Yeah! That guy. And he's just like an air pirate. What's your name? Remember, this kid's famous. His name is known throughout the world already. He's Vyse. You should know him. Are you the captain of the ship? Yes, that's the captain. Call him Gilder. First names, you know, informal. His name is Claudia, and that beast on his shoulder is Willie. Say hi to Willie. Thank you, Willie. It's time to go to the bridge to talk about their adventures. Well, let's see. Let's go look at the bridge. So they're going to talk. And Gilder's just cracking up, saying, you know, Vyse defeated 3 of the Armada's admirals, and he's escaped from the Grand Fortress. He's already a badass, and he's only about 17. He likes him, wouldn't expect any less of an air pirate. That's great. He's apparently, now we're going to learn his life story. He's constantly searching for adventure. Treasure and brawls and women and brawls and women and women and brawls and treasure and women. There are tons of things in this world that make him happy, and women. Women are like sunsets, and women, they're beautiful, but there will be a different one tomorrow. And women. That's his motto. I don't know. I don't know actually what the swashbuckler choice is for this one. I can't remember if it's a good motto or... I'm just gonna go with that's a good motto. Nope, seems like that was wrong. Oh well. I'm sure that with your good looks, you get all the women. And Gilder doesn't want another guy to tell him that. Well, what can I say? You know, you're a handsome dude with that little chin puff you got going on. And yes, he does get all the women. Maybe that's supposed to be, that's a little messed up. I can't actually remember. You've been away from your ship for 2 weeks. I bet you really miss sailing. Go ahead. Take the wheel. See what I care. Vyse is concerned. Why does everybody just suddenly pick up Vyse and immediately go, you look like a good sort, here, take the wheel to my ship? I don't understand that. You know, like, you just picked this kid up, you have no idea if he can even sail, and your immediate thought is each time, you know, hey, let's let him fly the ship. Anyways, Gilder thinks that anyone that has accomplished as much as we have knows his way around a ship, and even though Claudia is a little on the sensitive side, we'll probably gain the hang of her in no time. We're heading to Nasrad, it's the capital of Nasr, due south, and if we get lost, just look at the map and get our bearings. Let's go! And Gilder has joined our party. Gilder is actually a playable character, and it's fantastic, because he's one of the coolest playable characters in the game. I absolutely love playing as Gilder. So, we got a lot of things we can do. So we actually have a ship here, but we're not really able to do much with it, because if we try to go anywhere, for the most part, Gilder will immediately say something to the tune of, you know, hey, don't want to go here. This is not a good place to go. Hey, Vyse, are you listening to me? Yeah. So we're going to go find the Skull Rock real quick. I never believed that old story about the skull pointing the way to hidden treasure, but one night we was passing by it, and moonlight from the full moon reflected off a skull rock and lit up an island in the distance. We're going to need that rock later, I just want to get it now. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and go due south, and we're actually going to go to Nasrad. There's not too terribly much to do in this portion of the world. There's not a lot of discoveries to make, things like that. But there is, however, a fight. And this is one that I'm actually going to go ahead and do. We're actually going to go all the way through, because I want to show off Gilder, because he's actually a pretty cool dude. So this is Gilder. His weapon is pistols, as you might expect from the badass long coat. And Gilder's kind of awesome. He has a little bit of magic. Because we get him so late, the game automatically kind of levels him up, kind of try to fit him with us. He is level 24, we're level 25, so he's close. He also does have a lot of magic to start out with to kind of keep him caught up. But that's about it. Doesn't start with any super moves, and I'm probably not going to use any moon berries on him. I'm going to think about it. If I get any extras, I'll probably do so. But for the time being, I do have a couple moonberries, and I want them to all go to Vyse. Because they're moonberries that can get him his potentially next 2 skill-ups. I'm not sure. But I want Vyse's ultimate skill, basically as soon as I can get it now, because it is a very important skill indeed to have, especially for any ensuing boss fight, basically from here on out. So unfortunately, here comes an instant kill move, and if it lands on Vyse, this is actually going to be really bad. No, it missed. Okay. Notice how Vyse did not recoil. If there is recoil, that means that Vyse is dead. That means it actually hit. But if Vyse is not acting as if he was hit, it doesn't count.
I wish they were all that easy.
Just waiting for him to actually say his line. Okay. Yeah, that's the type of guy Gilder is. He kind of is like, yeah, I'm just cool like that. So we can explore. We can't really go any further into here. Back there is where we were earlier, but if we go in here, he wants to know where we're going. That's Valuan homeland over there. He doesn't think we have better things to do than pick another fight with the Valuans. So we can't go that way. Anytime you try to go to a place Gilder doesn't like, he's going to react in much that same way. And apparently I'm just on the line of exactly where I'm allowed to go. So the game redirects me into a more safe place to go. So we're going to just fly straight south here, and we're going to want to lower ourselves basically as low as we can go. And we're just going to tootle around in this little gap right here, if the game will allow me to. Nope, cutscene time. Captain, the suspicious-looking ship headed straight for us. It's coming in fast, and it's pink! Well, Gilder knows exactly what that means. He wonders who... Oh, no. Yup, it's the pink one. It's Clara. We just saw her leave Nasrad, which means this is immediately after she just dropped Fina and Aka off. And she knows exactly who this is, too. Her love. He can't play hard to get anymore. That's right, Clara wants to sink her claws into Gilder. Her heart belongs to him. She's decided he will love her, and nothing will stop her from getting him. He knows exactly who it is. You can see the expression on his face. And he comments that she's even more frightening than the Armada. Vyse does not seem to actually listen to him, but Gilder's immediate response is that we're going to have a plan. And to his crew member, well, he says that he and Vyse are going to take a lifeboat to Nasrad, and his crew will sail his ship in the opposite direction as a decoy. Vyse is all kind of excited, surprised and everything like that. He goes like, "What do you say? Sounds like a plan, right? Right? Okay, but is it okay for you to leave your ship? Don't worry about it. Titles mean nothing to me. I told you earlier, didn't I? I'm always searching for adventure." Yeah. Everyone, time for Operation Clara. You know the routine. Catch up with us later. There's a name for what they're doing, and all of them grin. They know exactly what's going on. Like, this is nothing new to them. So Clara chases them. You know she's getting disappointed. And then, like, jettisoned out the back is the mini Claudia. Works every time. Heading south, and let's see how fun Nasrad has to offer. So now we're in this mini boat. This thing, you just gotta, like, what type of man is Gilder to do that? So apparently he has some personal stuff to take care of, so we have to go to the inn and rest up. He'll catch up with us a little bit later. Vyse doesn't mind traveling separately, but wants to know what it is that he needs to do, and he says he needs to stop by the tavern for a bit. There's a few women in there who will be happy to see him. Don't wait up. Yep, that is, that's the type of thing that he does. Okay. So now that we're playing as Vyse, we do need to go over in this direction. There is a Moonfish that we can catch right now. As you can see, we don't have our own ship, so I can't exactly go see Doc anytime soon. But there's a Moonfish right over here. We can grab that just to make sure that we don't have to worry about grabbing it later. So now we can go ahead and move back on. We already got the treasure chest in Nasrad in the last episodes. There's not really much for us to do altogether. What I am going to do is basically housekeeping. We're going to turn in, I think I have one or two discoveries we need to turn in. So let's go do that. We don't really have a ship, so we can't actually buy ship parts. I can actually go and buy some equipment, though, which I'm going to do. And that's just going to make sure that we're ready to fight, basically, whenever that happens. Let's talk to this dude. Hi, dude. Welcome. We're going to buy and sell discovery information. We actually have this information, so we can work with him on this. So we're going to sell the Ancient Palace, or we're going to sell the Skull Rock. And there's basically nothing else we can do. There should be... I thought he actually had a hint for us. Check the wanted list. Still just loose cannon Lappin and the Ixness demons, which we can't go get to anyways. because the Ixness demons are in Ixataka, and we can't go there, and Loose Cannon Lapin's at Sailor Island, and we can't go there either. Kinda sucks. So last but not least, before we finish off the episode, let's go head to the weapon shop, which is where Fina and Aka met the merchant. Let's go see what he has to say to Vyse here. Should be kind of interesting. So, up here. Okay. So, welcome to Nasr's weapon store. Let's go ahead and buy a couple weapons. First, we're going to buy the iron cutter for Vyse. It's going to give him a little bit of a damage up, which I need. The Nasr pistol, we're going to replace... Unfortunately, Gilder's starting weapon is Gilder's own. And unfortunately, the Nasr pistol actually just completely outclasses it, just right off the bat. I could buy the Nasr uniform, the caravan armor. Could get that going for Vyse, just because it would increase his defense by a lot. But unfortunately, I'd lose some attack, and I don't really want that. And so we're done. That's it. That's all I want to buy from this guy. Let's see. Where's my merchant friend? There's my merchant friend. So let's see what he has to say. Remember, he recently saw Aka and Fina. He comments it's been a long time. It is he, the merchant, who we helped to the border of Nasr. He sees that we are still not traveling with our female friends. Perhaps we have still not made up. Vyse is kind of confused what he's talking about, but the Nasr merchant thinks that, Vyse knows what's up. He says, do not worry, there's no need to hide a thing, just be sure to make up. So again, everybody seems to know that Vyse and Fina and Aka are in some sort of a weird relationship. We don't know exactly what the relationship is, but there is one. Everybody seems to know about it. Okay, guys, well, that was about it for this episode. We're done. Vyse is finally off that island, and now we are finally heading into what I'd consider the main story proper. Let's get this. We can also get Saccharum, which restores 1,000 HP for all allies. I kind of want that, but I don't want to spend that much. So let's get, let's say 33 of these just for funsies. And we'll call it good, and I'll keep some money around for whatever I need money for in the near future. And that's going to get, that's going to be it. That is everything. So I'll see you guys next time, and we will finally start to head into the true main storyline, now that we've done what is basically side diversions. We haven't really hit that main stride here, so we're going to start doing that next time. I will see you lot later. Ta-ta.